This is the synthetic signal report for Wednesday, April 22nd, 2026 in the morning. Today's report analyzes the $60 billion acquisition of the cursor coding editor by SpaceX and the implementation of a new employee tracking system at Meta to train artificial intelligence models. We look at the launch of ChatGPT Images 2.0 and Google's rollout of its 8th-generation TPU hardware for the agentic era. This analysis also covers a significant breach at Vercel involving O-Auth attacks and the U.S. Senate's pushback against proposed cuts to biomedical research. Finally, we examine a newly identified vulnerability in desktop artificial intelligence agents and the transition of John Ternus to the role of Apple CEO. SpaceX has officially announced an agreement to acquire the artificial intelligence coding platform Cursor for $60 billion. This move represents a massive pivot into the software infrastructure market for the aerospace company. The core of the deal involves the integration of SpaceX's internal engineering data with the Cursor editor. The objective is to build a high-tier coding assistant specifically optimized for complex knowledge work and systems engineering. This acquisition suggests that SpaceX is no longer content with being a hardware-first organization. By owning the tools used to write the software that powers rockets and satellites, the company is attempting to vertically integrate its development lifecycle. The $60 billion valuation makes this one of the largest software acquisitions in recent history. It highlights a strategic belief that specialized engineering data is more valuable than general-purpose model training. This tool will likely serve as the foundational environment for all future SpaceX and Starlink software projects. Meta has begun installing new tracking software on the computers of its employees based in the United States. This software is designed to capture every mouse movement, click, and keystroke. The data is not being used for traditional performance monitoring, but rather as training material for Meta's upcoming artificial intelligence models. This initiative is a grounded effort to capture the tacit knowledge of high-level human workers. By observing how engineers and designers solve problems in real time, Meta intends to train models that can replicate these complex workflows. The development has caused significant friction within the company, as employees express concerns that they are effectively training their own replacements. This represents a shift in data collection strategy, moving from public web scraping to the high-resolution capture of internal professional labor. OpenAI has released its next-generation image model, GPT Image 2.0. In a recent live stream and system card release, the company demonstrated a significant leap in hyperrealism and spatial understanding. The new model resolves long-standing issues with text rendering and anatomical accuracy. Technically, GPT Image 2.0 is designed to be more steerable, allowing users to make granular edits to specific regions of an image without regenerating the entire frame. This is an update to previous versioning that struggled with maintaining consistency across multiple prompts. The model is being integrated directly into the ChatGPT ecosystem, providing a more seamless transition between text reasoning and visual generation. Google has unveiled its 8th generation of Tensor Processing Units, or TPS. These chips are specifically designed for what Google calls the agentic era. This new hardware architecture features 2 specialized chips per module to handle the high-volume inference requirements of autonomous agents. These units are optimized for sparse, event-driven computation, which significantly reduces energy consumption during long-running agent tasks. This hardware rollout is a direct response to the increasing demand for persistent artificial intelligence entities that need to operate in the background for hours or days at a time. By focusing on energy efficiency and agent-specific instruction sets, Google is positioning its cloud infrastructure as the primary environment for hosting distributed agent swarms. Vercel has experienced a significant security incident involving an O-Auth attack that exposed sensitive environment variables across its platform. The breach was reportedly triggered by a combination of a Roblox cheat program and a malicious artificial intelligence tool that managed to bypass platform protections. The attack allowed unauthorized actors to access the underlying keys and configuration data for numerous projects hosted on Vercel. This is a critical failure, as environment variables often contain the master API keys for databases and third-party services. Vercel has initiated a global rotation of secrets and is advising all users to audit their connection logs. This event highlights the vulnerability of centralized hosting platforms when shared authentication systems are compromised. This is a signal from the future. Researchers have formalized a new class of vulnerability in desktop artificial intelligence agents called visual atomicity violations. These agents operate in a loop where they take a screenshot, process it, and then click a button. However, there's a time gap of roughly 6.5 seconds between the check and the action. During this window, an attacker can manipulate the user interface to trick the agent into clicking a malicious link or deleting a file. This is a classic time of check to time of use flaw, but it is now manifesting in the visual domain. As more people use agents to control their computers, this 6-second window of vulnerability will become a primary target for hackers. In physical infrastructure, the U.S. is moving to build an interregional transmission overlay. This project aims to replace aging grid infrastructure that has passed its 50-year lifespan. The goal is to address the surging demand for electricity from data centers while integrating more renewable energy sources. Community chatter is focused on the security of Anthropic's Mythos model. Reports suggest that unauthorized users gained access to the model, leading to concerns about internal leaks. This follows a similar incident where an AI assistant found 271 vulnerabilities in Firefox 150 during a single development cycle. In threat intelligence, the Lotus Wiper malware has been detected targeting energy systems in Venezuela. This is a destructive attack with no ransom demand, focused entirely on wiping data from industrial control systems. Additionally, a member of the Scattered Spider hacking group, known as Tyler B., has pleaded guilty to charges involving over $8 million in smishing and SGEM swap attacks. Finally, the transition at Apple is officially underway as John Ternus takes over as CEO. His primary challenge will be integrating artificial intelligence across the Apple hardware ecosystem while managing the company's pivot away from its long-term reliance on the iPhone as its sole revenue driver. This concludes the Synthetic Signal Report for Wednesday.